From the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles. Brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.
You gonna fly it? You gonna catch the... Oh, man.
It's time for the main event of the evening.
Top of the show. I love the top of the show because I got y'all undivided attention. I was about to start with something crazy. I'm gonna go back to that last round between Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz. We got George Jakovic Jacovic on the show. But wait for a moment. Welcome to the Patreon. Those who are watching this now and it's Tuesday, I ain't gonna give you the finger, but you just know where you need to be. Order, download, subscribe, all the good stuff. Patreon, TPWP. This is where we at. Those who are on right now, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yes. I'm gonna get some pictures of that when we get done with this right here. Oh yeah. I wanted to do that, and we got merch. Oh yeah, I got merch. Make sure y'all get the merch. All that being said, I want to welcome to the PorterWay Podcast for the first time, certainly not the last, George Jakovic. I know you from ProBox TV. A lot of people here right now may know you from ProBox TV, but you did some things before ProBox. You did some big things before ProBox.
Yeah, well, first of all, this is a big thing now because I'm on the PorterWay Podcast. So this is a big thing in the here and now, Shawn.
But when you like before we started the show, you said, "Man, this is big for me." I was like, George, you come from HBO Boxing After Dark. You know, it don't get no bigger than.
All right. Well, we can get that out of the way. I was with HBO for a long time, about 15 years, and I was a producer. I got to produce some 24/7s. I helped create a show called Legendary Nights. You know, Shawn, I got to travel the world and tell fighters stories. And now I'm at ProBox. Now I get to work with champions like you.
Did you do anything in between when HBO stopped and then getting with ProBox TV?
I did. I was a freelance producer. I worked on a lot of stuff. I actually worked on a lot of stuff with Fox. You remember the show that they did when you fought Errol Spence? I think it was called Fight Camp. Yeah. But I was a producer on that show. Okay. Although unfortunately, I worked on the Errol Spence side. I wasn't on the Shawn Porter side.
I was gonna say I never saw you.
No. I was not in camp, but I know the producer that was in camp with you, Laney, I think her name was. But yeah. So I've been still in boxing, still able to tell stories, and now with ProBox TV, like I said, I get to work with you, Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, Tim Bradley, Teddy Atlas. So.
Yeah. Quick pivot, and then we'll get back to why we got you here, then we'll get you off. But you were with Errol majority of his camp or along the way in his camp and things like that. What were your thoughts going into the fight between me and Errol? Were you looking at Errol like, this kid is going to stump Mr. Porter? Like, what were you thinking?
No, I didn't think that. It's funny because I saw a lot of the footage. And the footage, really, the most compelling stuff was the footage with you and your dad in the gym, because there was that whole segment where you and your dad, I mean, your dad was just going in on you. And that was really the most compelling stuff of the whole show. I honestly, going into it, I thought that Errol was probably going to be favored, but I knew it was going to be a great fight. And that's what it was.
Yeah. The reason why I asked that is because a lot of times when you close to a fighter, you're in the camp, you get to see some things that not other people get to see. You get to see something, you're like, that guy's ready, you know? So I know it was like that on both ends.
Well, I was in New York. There was a field, there's called a field producer and the producer in the edit. So I wasn't in the field, but I have been in the field before. And yeah, man, when you're with the fighter for a couple of weeks, you're rooting for, you think that fighter is going to win, no doubt, and you're rooting for that fighter.
George, while we got you here, you text me, you sent me a link that was showing me the big news that ProBox TV had just signed Boxing Scene. And can you talk to us a little bit about what's in store in the future for ProBox TV?
Yeah, well, I talked to Gary Jonas, who's the CEO. Who, you know, Gary, you've talked to him. He bought Boxing Scene, and look, Boxing Scene really has been the top website for a long time. Remember, you guys remember back in the day when there was Fight News, fightnews.com?
Yeah.
Because I can remember when Fight News was the top site. Boxing Scene has been the top site. I mean, it's the site I still go to when you just want to see the headlines. So ProBox has acquired it, and in talking to Gary, he said that really it's not going to change much. It's just going to be enhanced, especially on the video side, like shows that we do at ProBox, Shawn, like shows that you do.
Yeah.
I think there'll be more content like that. I think they want to keep most of, if not all of the writers that they have in place. ProBox also has writers. So really he's doing it to elevate Boxing Scene. And also this is a good thing for ProBox because Boxing Scene is a super popular boxing website.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, can you kind of talk about why that? When I saw it, I said, wow, ProBox TV, I feel like they're trying to do something and make a big move. Can you kind of talk about why this move is so big for ProBox TV?
Well, it's big because ProBox really is small. ProBox is small and growing. Boxing Scene is something that's been established for over 2 decades. Boxing fans know Boxing Scene. So now that ProBox has acquired it, and obviously it was done, so it's a positive for ProBox. But again, this Boxing Scene has been around for I think 2 decades.
Yeah. So
the fact that ProBox acquired it and they're not going to do major changes, they're just going to enhance it. Look, I'm not trying to do a commercial for ProBox, but
no, go ahead.
Look at what they've done. You're on there. Tim Bradley, Teddy Atlas, Chris Algieri, Paulo Malignaggi, champions and Hall of Famers. So it's like anything. There's a lot of great boxing content out there. There really is. If you go on YouTube, a lot of great channels, a lot of fans who know the sport, but there's nothing like hearing from the people who do it.
Yeah.
And Gary's gone out and got, like I said, champions and Hall of Famers who can give a different perspective. So having Boxing Scene as a website, it's only a positive. And he said, if it's broke, don't fix it. It's something that can be enhanced. Like we said, what we do on ProBox with the shows that we do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan is to do that on Boxing Scene. And it's just going to make it better. I think it's a positive for boxing fans.
I just real quick, I want to go through a little quick scenario with you, then we'll get you off of here. I look at everybody at ProBox TV, and you didn't even include who they got on the Espanol side. I mean, they got you know better than I do. I know Juan Marquez is over there, and you go ahead and kind of tell everybody who's over there on the Latino
you got
side.
Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera, Jorge Arce. I mean, right there.
Yeah.
Marquez and Barrera, right there.
Yeah.
The Hall of Famers. So it's not a Gary Jones. He's serious about what he's doing. Like, look, I mean, and you're on there too. So this is a serious thing.
And that's my point.
He doesn't have just he's got big names in guys who have been champions.
You doing
Hall of Famers.
Wednesday night fights? Is Wednesday night fights once a month?
Wednesday night fights is every other Wednesday. We just had one on Friday because it's funny because Valentine's Day was on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the Florida Commission didn't want to work on Valentine's Day. Yeah. So they switched it to Friday, which I don't like it. Like you said, Shawn, it was ProBox and ESPN and DAZN at a card.
Yeah.
There's really no need to have boxing on in one day, and it's something boxing does wrong, but ProBox, usually it's on a Wednesday because there's no boxing on Wednesday except ProBox, so it's every other Wednesday.
So I'm going to say this, and then I want you to, just kind of cap it off, and then we'll let you go. But I look at Wednesday night fights every other Wednesday. They just did a Friday night fight because they couldn't get the commission to come in. It's what it is. We did Friday night fights. We knew we were competing against ESPN, DAZN. We knew months ago what it was going to be, and we still decided to do it. They got an Espanol side, they got the American, they got the English side, myself, Teddy Atlas. I mean, you guys already know everybody who's involved. Paulo Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, list goes on. Tim Bradley, I want to exclude him or anything like that. You've been a part of boxing 15 years with HBO. They just acquired Boxing Scene. I think that ProBox TV, they're not here to quote unquote compete, but they're putting themselves in a big position. And I just kind of wanted somebody else to narrate that storyline that I just kind of led you in right there. Do you think that ProBox TV is going to try to do something like upwards to amazing, like relatively soon?
Well, I know that Gary Jonas, like the play is long term. This isn't a quick strike thing. He wants this to work, and he's very serious about this. So I think this is just a step. I didn't know this was happening. I heard a couple of weeks ago there were rumors, and then suddenly it happened. I did hear for a while that boxing scene was up for sale, but the fact, again, I keep going back to who you see when we do these shows. It's you guys. It's fighters and Teddy Atlas, who's one of the best trainers in the game, in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's very serious. And like you said, on the Spanish side, the Hall of Famers they have, it's a long-term play. So this is not to make just a big splash, trying to make money really quick.
Yeah.
It's about the love of the sport that Gary has and that everyone who works at ProBox has. So it's exciting. I mean, it's a big thing. And I think the only thing that would be bigger for me, one day if I could get in that studio. I see there's room on that couch. There's room on that couch. I see it.
There's a little bit of room on the couch. But listen, before we go ahead.
I got one for you. Man, how was you, Gary, how did you guys put together this cast, the big names, the Hall of Famers, the Shawn Porters, the Timothy Bradley? People will pray to have one of those guys. You got a long list.
You're right. I'm not involved on the business side.
Okay.
I do know that he, me and other people were always giving him names.
Okay.
But he went out and made it happen.
That's crazy.
That's why it's just the people we read off. It's a serious list, and everyone has other jobs too. Yeah. So it blows my mind that this has come together as fast as it has. And man, the guy, it's a serious thing. Again, you don't get guys like Shawn and Tim and Teddy and Chris and Paulie. You have to be serious about what you're doing, and ProBox is something serious, and I think it's something that's needed. It's the only entity out there it's the boxing channel. It's nothing else. We don't do tennis during the day and boxing at night. It's boxing all the time, only boxing. So look, me personally, I love it. To get to talk to Shawn, to you guys, and talk boxing and hear your perspectives.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything out there that's like it, and all the different points of view that you guys have. And you guys don't always agree, but you're not supposed to, because it would be boring if everyone agreed on everything. You guys don't agree with everything when you do your shows. So it's a big thing, and it's serious. And look, I personally love it. Anyone who loves boxing is going to love ProBox. So this is, I see nothing but big things, because, you look at the roster, you look at it like a roster. It's an all-star roster of people talking boxing. So,
yeah. George, last thing before we let you go, you got a lot of content out there, and I love when you send me stuff, videos, and things like that you got going on. Can you tell everybody where to follow you, where to see the content that you do that is separate from ProBox TV and the things you've done in the past?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. It's One Round with George. Pretty simple. Yeah, Shawn, I've loved the sport for a long time. So I've been involved with it for a long time, and that's creating that kind of content. I love to do it. So that's where you can see the stuff I sent. I'm glad you liked that last video that I sent.
I was gonna say, yeah, you didn't get one follower off of that. So do it again with more enthusiasm.
Go to One Round with George on YouTube. You got some great boxing content on there. Yours truly talking boxing, man. You have to. If Shawn Porter and the PorterWay Podcast is endorsing me, you have to go to One Round with George on YouTube. Go check it out and subscribe.
Run around with George, man. I appreciate you, George, for coming on today, man. Thanks for making time.
I appreciate you guys. And again, there's room on that couch. I see it.
Yeah.
Hey, we already got a deal for you coming out here anyway. So when you come out here, Then we'll add that to the plate.
Okay, it sounds like a plan.
Good deal, man. Talk soon.
All right, talk soon.
Yes, sir. Shout out to New Edition. He's a big New Edition fan. He saw that, I've been involved with Bobby in the past and things like that. And he's like, yo, if I come out, can we go to a show? I said, hey, I'm not guaranteeing you'll be able to sit down with those guys, but at the least, man, I can make sure we get to the show and have a good time. So you get your spot safe, big dog. But as you can see, he just wants to come sit next to you.
I'm not
He
worried
wants
about
to sit
about
next to
that.
you.
You going to check out New Edition?
Yeah,
They started?
You always, They out here, I think next month. I think they out here in March. Don't even matter. So
I don't know.
I brought him on because I was trying to get him in trouble. I really think ProBox TV is gonna try to become a big player at some point. Like a
brand name in boxing.
Absolutely.
Like the Zone, a PVC.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They got their own network.
Okay.
They got their own studio down in Florida.
Oh, that's where they film at?
Yep.
You been there?
No.
I'll see you on Zoom.
Yeah. No, I haven't been down there yet. And I told him, I said, y'all got to get me down
Paulie
there.
holding it down. Paulie and who else is
Paulie and Chris, man.
They
stay in the studio, man. And
oh, that's where they live at?
No,
I know.
Yeah. But they got their own studio. The cast that they have both on the Espanol side and on the English side, it's like y'all are gonna try to take us somewhere. Y'all not gonna just accept the breadcrumbs and pay us with the breadcrumbs. Y'all are trying to. This
is gonna be quote
really
unquote a ESPN of boxing.
I was trying to get him in trouble. I'm like, yo, tell us. I was like, try to tell us something. You know what I mean?
I got off the phone with Gary. He told me he was trying to assign like all the.
I ain't talked to Gary, so
I talked to Gary. Okay?
I was like, so Gary's the owner.
Hey, is Gary the new Al Heyman? And he's the
slow down.
And he a Watson?
Slow down.
He a White Watson? What we doing?
Nah, slow down. So, but no, I enjoy ProBox TV. I know a lot of people that are here right now. You guys watch the ProBox. The one thing that I really enjoy, I didn't want to keep him any longer, but I did. We'll get him in here. But the fact that I always do the show with Paulie and Chris. We can always agree or disagree, but got something different to say. Yeah. We did call it piggybacking. So we'll piggyback off of one another, but we always have a different element that we have to speak on. And that's something that's like, it's rehearsed. We don't rehearse. Yeah. They will send us what we gonna talk about. I don't know if they do it, but I don't. I'm just like, all right, let's go.
You hate to throw good material out. Like, I said that.
Yeah. So none of it's rehearsed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, we're never in the studio at the same time. Okay. You know what I mean? So it'll be different. Like we're feeding off true, real energy, things that come from boxing. You know what I mean? Like this is something that is made from boxing. You can, the same way you box against the guy across from you and you know everything he gonna do, he know everything you gonna do, and it still becomes this great exciting boxing match. That's how ProBox TV is for us practically daily. It's definitely when I'm on it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted him to come on, give us his perspective.
That could be an interesting side of boxing. You know, I ain't gonna lie, the best part, people see me, if you follow me on Instagram, you see me every day talking about this. Bill Haney is killing it. Shout out to BH. Hey bro, I don't care what beef y'all got. Okay, you're entertaining me. I wake up every day to go to Bill Haney's Instagram page.
Damn.
I said, even when you was cooking Shawn, that shit was funny to me. I said, I was working and I didn't know what was going on. It is entertaining. I don't know if you watching it.
He's going to keep bringing it up, huh?
He goes at somebody every day. And
why?
Don't ask me why. It's entertaining. He know what he's doing.
Shout out to my mama. Say his name too. What's his name?
Bill Haney?
What's Dave's brother's name? No. I'm trying to think of his brother.
Dave?
Matt. Shout out to Matt Lane. Matt Lane said Bill
Haney brother?
No. Shut up. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Matt Lane. He said Bill Haney is like a bootleg. The ballers, the basketball family. LeVar Ball. He said Bill Haney's a bootleg LeVar Ball. I said, yo, that's pretty classic.
But that's just entertaining.
It's pretty classic. Yeah.
It's entertaining, Shawn.
Why is he doing it?
I don't know, but I love it. Keep going. Some people don't.
He got something new for you every day?
Every day.
No, he don't.
Every day, Shawn.
Is it multiple a day or is it just the one?
It's just one. I think it's one a day, but he got one every day, Shawn. He done went from you. He went from Ryan Garcia security to Floyd to Leonard Ellaby to
I saw the one on Leonard.
Tank.
He went to
Floyd Hair.
Floyd again?
That was just when Floyd was one of the victims.
Yeah.
He been cooking everybody.
He cooking everybody.
Cooking everybody. I'm trying.
And he doing it. And he doing it in fantastic form, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, I said he doing it in fantastic form, huh?
Lovely.
Yeah.
It's the WWE side of boxing that we always need.
You like the editing?
Yeah, I don't know who's doing it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I live for stuff like that. You know me. I love BS. Don't mind my shoe.
No, mind that shoe.
But hey, we had some good boxing. What was that? Friday night.
Shout out to ProBox TV. I didn't watch y'all fights.
Okay, but we're talking about top rank.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I was in the movie theater watching the
Bruce. Or
I was watching the boxing on my phone while I was watching Bob Marley movie. Great movie.
Okay.
Go check it out. You watched it yet?
No.
Go check that out. I'll suggest you go.
So it's a movie. It's not a. Is it
not a doc? It's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie about his life. Somebody plays it. Did a great job. I didn't get to see everything, but what I did see was like, ooh, wait, my man Shu Shu. Do you want to start with Tiger first?
Yes.
Tiger got the knockout also.
Yeah, first round.
Tiger.
First rounder.
Was it first rounder or second?
I thought it was first, but that's what we've been waiting on, man. We've been waiting on the curtains to go down on somebody, you know. So
close the curtains.
Yeah. So he looked good, man. And I would say this about Delonte Tiger, loves the sport, man, and is giving it his all. He came out here for training camp, wanted to sit on the couch, and I just completely forgot that he was here. We ended up running into one another at the fights, at Tao's fight, Tao and Jermaine fight, and it was nothing but love, of course. But he said, "Yeah, man, I'll let you know when I'm back out there." Like I love the excitement and the energy of a young kid getting where he wants to go, and it's really hard. Like I when I saw him at the fight, I had a moment to reflect on myself. We were so go that I didn't really ever have a chance to like just sit back and recognize what was going on. I didn't have a chance to go to a big fight like that and just kind of be in the atmosphere, you know. Then I had some lulls in my early part of my career too. I didn't have TV, like, you know, my first couple fights were like on a Showtime, but I was like way on the undercard, you know, like that. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get to see what these guys get. They get to be excited about being on ESPN Plus. People seeing them, hearing boxing shows talk about them and things of that nature. Man, I can't wait to hear what Shawn said about this one. You know what I mean? So, man, just lights out, man. I was happy to see him get the KO.
And you speak on seeing these guys at such a young age, Shawn. You got to think about it. As a businessman, you were signed to PBC. So if Al Heyman had Shawn Porter for the first if we have Shawn Porter from 1 till what, 36 fights, 37 fights you did?
Man, yeah. Y'all would have saw
So you went through that so they wouldn't have to go through that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to watch these guys' career and we're entertained instead of catching Shawn Porter 25 fights in.
Well, it's the same thing with like Showtime releasing sports. And everybody's like, in the boxing world, everybody's thinking that Showtime released boxing. It's sports in general that Showtime ain't messing with no more. But it's just timing. That streaming world is kind of taking over, so Showtime don't need sports anymore. You got ESPN Plus, streaming sports, streaming live events. And so now these guys have an opportunity to do things that, why you saying, like, y'all paved the way, y'all did it so that they wouldn't have to. It's just the timing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, that's life. You going through stuff so your kid won't have to go through it. You know? I'm doing stuff now so my kids won't have to go through it. It's just part of life. But, you know, somebody got it on me because they say, man, how you going to pick Emiliano as prospect of the year, not Shu Shu? I said, well, I know Shu Shu, and I hold Shu Shu as a higher light prospect. He passed that to me. Shu Shu was passed that to me beginning of last year. So that's why I never gave him I'm like, Shu Shu's coming. And I should have gave him prospect of the year, but I looked at Shu Shu in such a higher light. Great kid.
I think I gave Shu Shu prospect of the year.
I think you did too. Great kid. A great person to market. Got the power. Got the star. Everything it takes.
I think it's like just kind of like define it. I think again, like I'm like a baby in some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to ranking and things like that, I'm a baby.
Yeah.
But in my mind, you're a prospect until you become a contender.
Yeah.
When do you become a contender? When you're told that this is my title eliminator.
Okay.
That this fight and then the next fight, I'm a world champion.
Okay.
I'm fighting for a world championship title. You know what I mean? So I could be all the way wrong about it, but I think you got prospect, and then you got contender, and then you got champions. You know what I mean? So for me, I still looked at him as, you know, he was one of the more busier fighters last year that was consistent, looking good, time in and time out. But this one right here,
this is. He could have been okay with his performances, but this one takes it to another notch. Because when I got people, I love when people do this to me. Who Abdullah Mason? Do I need to be watching him? I get texts like that when the knockout. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Then I get, who's the Shu Shu guy? I like it. Hey,
yeah.
I love when you get a knockout performance, number 2 on ESPN, top 10. Shu Shu went out there and delivered in the 4th round.
Ooh, he got on the ESPN top 10. Oh, God.
Hey, did you hear after the fight? You hear what he did after the fight?
We got the link.
We got that?
Play the link because I didn't watch it. So play the link.
Oh, man, I love we got this.
Wait, just hold on a second before you push.
I'm the best.
What do you want?
Go ahead. Go ahead and play it.
I'm the best ever. There's nobody but nobody like me. I'm telling you, listen, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's nobody like from near club. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I may just ferocious something with your heart. I'm winning his children. Praise be to God.
If somebody says to me that I ain't fighting you. But the thing about it,
serious about it. That's that energy that I was just talking about.
It's that New York brownstone energy, and he backs it up, Sean.
It's the energy of being young and being able to see your trail. That's what I was trying to say about me. We didn't have the trail. Our trail was ESPN, then Showbox, the Next Generation, then Showtime, and then HBO. But we never knew when those moments were coming. We never knew if somebody was going to pull out and then we get bumped down on the card. That's kind of stuff happens. And that's happened to me, you know what I mean? So to see these guys know they trail, to see these guys turn pro with purpose, turn professional with goals, turn professional knowing what they want, and not being afraid to go get it. And on top of that, like me having the honor. Now, I'm going to go past respect, the responsibility, but the honor of being able to talk about these kids and recap their careers, and for you to get a text message, yo, who is this guy? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing something right. You know what I mean? I dig that.
And I don't know how you was raised. I was raised not to don't tell Sean he's gonna be a world champ. I don't know if you got this, but like, don't tell him he's going to the NFL when he's 14. Let him earn it. But then as I got older, my brother said, what's wrong with speaking stuff into existence? Speak greatness in the kids. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with telling them that, oh yeah, Shu Shu, you about to be you're on the trail to be 1-1.
Yeah.
Speak that into him. There's no point in just keep holding back, and then eventually, I don't know if that's how you was raised.
You get to a point where somebody's confirming what you may think or feel about yourself. The first one that did it for me was Freddie Roach. Okay. I'm at the gym with Freddie. We did the camp with when Manny fought Miguel Cotto. We came back from that camp. We're back here in the States in LA, and I go to the gym and I stayed after. I'm like, man, I just want to hang out with Freddie. I just want to talk to him, you know? And he that cool that he at the gym from the moment it opened up to the moment it closed. And so, you know, I'm out, I'm hanging with him and all this and that. And I just kind of like, I said something like, yeah, people tell me that I'm going to be a world champion one day. And then he said, oh, you are. And it was like, before he said it, I just was just going. Yeah. Once he said it, was like, I got to do it
Somebody
now.
that you...
I got to do it now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's how it is. You know, when you tell a shoot, for me, yeah, our things celebrating. Yeah. Celebrate for what?
It's how old school is.
Is it your birthday?
It was our father's way. His way of we don't want you to get content.
Is it your birthday?
We know what it is, but yeah, we gotta stay on your neck and keep. And they pushing us to greatness. But yeah, it's just like somebody was talking to my son last night and told him, you know why you're gonna be great? You listen. You say thank you. And you're only 2 years old. I say, hey man, he got a long ways to go. Relax. But he's
your
like,
son?
Yeah,
he's 2.
I know. So I'm like, hey, man, just relax. But he's like, hey, and I'm like, yeah, you can. It's
talking
okay.
now?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna disrespect.
Very, very. What? He called you Christmas tree?
I know he did. I was just watching that video the other day.
Oh, okay. Big boy.
Yes, very big boy.
One day he'll come on and do a show with us.
Foster and Nova.
Oh, I thought you were saying foster my kid. I was like,
what? Foster and Nova.
But Shu Shu. One quick thing.
Yeah.
In a year contender, beginning of the year, when we getting a.
Man, I don't know.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. My bad, Hafey.
Hold on. No, we good. What you mean? Why you apologizing to Hafey?
But hell of a knockout by Shu Shu. Showed up in his hometown, took care of business. That's one thing I regret from you, Shawn, your whole career. You didn't get a fight in Cleveland.
I got one fight in Cleveland. I didn't get a big fight in Cleveland. Yeah. That's what I really wanted, a big fight in Cleveland. I never got that. 11-0.
Are you looking at Shu Shu stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Turned pro at the end of 2021.
Mm-hmm. Moving fast.
Yeah. So I mean it's about 11 fights and now more like 2 years opposed to the 3. But if he were to continue on this pace, and he's looking at if he got 5 more fights this year, 5 more fights this year, we would be looking at him maybe contending next year, early part of next year. Fighting at 126.
Okay.
So he's in a division right now that is is building up, and there's some names over there at 126 that would be really good fights for him too.
Yeah, it's a lot of big fights down the line for those guys. But yeah,
one more thing for me, and I'm gonna ask you one. I already got my word, but I got my word because when I was watching them.
Okay, I'm thinking
the word
of one right
came
now.
to me.
I'm thinking of one right now.
And then we'll move on. And I hope I gave Tiger enough love. But because I hope I gave Tiger enough love.
Yeah.
And he coming into the studio. Both of them coming to the studio. We should have them both in the studio when they get back here to Vegas. We will do that. But when I was watching Shu Shu, the word that came to mind. Hey, by the way, when I watched Tiger, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. What's the word that comes to mind when you think of Tiger Johnson?
Oh, dang, they gonna use that. But somebody gonna use shout to Andy, DDA, or Hafey. Dang it, I set myself up.
You ain't did that in a minute.
Set myself up?
Yeah, you did that in a minute. But I was like, that's what I've been waiting on. You know what I mean? When I saw Shu Shu, there was one word that jumped out to me when I saw Shu Shu. Mm-hmm. What's one word that jumps out to you? I obviously, as you think about it now.
Young legend.
Young legend.
Mm-hmm. Legendary performance. That was legendary.
Yeah.
To do that and to do it at home, Shawn, so much sweeter. Because my man, it seemed like he was the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I thought that was legendary.
The word that came to my mind was polished. I said he's so polished. And I kept
saying 11-0.
And I kept saying it. He's so polished. Then he got the knockout. I was like, that knockout was so clean.
At 26 years old.
Cause this other dude, shout out to Torres, he challenged him.
Gave him good work.
What was that 3 rounds he challenged him for? 4. Yeah, I know, but he challenged him for 3 rounds.
Gave him good work.
Gave him good work.
I was worried that sometimes I'm like, okay.
But the thing you want to know when somebody gets to the championship level, when they get to the contender level, is can he make adjustments? Do he have enough experience? And list goes on. Shu Shu came out and looked a little bit different every single round into the knockout. And Shu Shu put the gloves up and said, I'm a dig you and go get it. And he went and got it. You know what I mean? So when I saw like 3 rounds in, I was like, it's just polished, like clean. Yeah. Knowing what adjustments to make, not taking unnecessary chances because this dude is, kind of getting off here and there and landing some shots and moving and all these other things. Stay calm, stay poised, stay just polished and got the knockout. So clean. Damn, Shu Shu.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's all I can say.
That's what I said I said, damn, Shu Shu.
Brownstone.
Damn.
Brownsfield, my bad. I'm gonna go eat a vegan burger after that. My
bad. Nova and Foster.
That was a main event.
Good boxing match.
Good match. Hey, had me. I was watching it with no sound on.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I'm like, come on, shock.
Nervous shock.
Yeah, man. Nova came out, was very impressive. I expect after 2 or 3 fights ago he got knocked out. So he rumbled with Shockey more than I thought he would because, you know, if you get caught, Foster can get you out of there.
Yeah.
So I was worried that I was worried when he was having moments of exchanging there get caught, but he was able to get in and get out, move. It wasn't like Ortiz, like he was moving in and out. If he got too close, tie up. It was just, I thought it was smart boxing until the end of the fight. I felt Foster started to take over.
Yeah, and I thought Nova was very prepared for this fight. You know, I think kind of like everything that you just said right there, just basically saying like Nova came to the fight prepared. Yeah. I had somebody text me and tell me that he thought Nova was gonna win the fight before the fight happened. Couple like maybe 4 or 5 rounds in, I was like, man, this dude might be onto something. Like this is more competitive than I thought it was gonna be. And Shockey has this thing now where I think he relies in his conditioning. It seems to me like he knows.
Okay, I never thought about it like that.
You know what I mean? Okay. Like people would talk about Terrence. Terrence take a couple rounds for Terrence to get going. Yeah. Terrence come on late. A lot of his stoppages came at the end of the fight. A lot like what we're seeing with Shockey. It seemed to me like when they would go to his corner, it just seemed like there was no sense of urgency. Yeah. It wasn't. You know, and his coach did say at one point, he said, this fight's too close. He said, you need to start pulling off. You need to start taking off on this dude. This fight's too close. Start pressing him. You know what I mean? Like good information coming from the corner, but it just seemed like, yo, they know we buying our time. We know we gonna turn it on right around that 10th round. His last fight, he got 11th round stoppage. The fight was close the whole way. I think I had him losing the fight.
This one?
No. The last fight before the knockout. I think I had him losing before the knockout.
Some people felt like he was down.
I think, it was
close.
This fight wasn't as close at the end, but still to see Shockey.
It was up in the air.
But still to see him turn it on the way that he did. You know what I mean?
In the 12th round.
I stopped scoring it. It was a hard
fight.
It was a hard fight to score.
Yeah.
You know?
It was almost, what type of judge are you?
Yeah.
That I felt like that. I'm like, well, I like this, but my man's still doing good work. It was tough.
It was even rounds that I thought the commentators like were talking up Shock, and I was like,
I think Nova.
And you know what I mean. So, but it was a good competitive fight. Nova had a good showing. You know, when you get knocked out and you've been conquered by the big dogs in your weight class, it's kind of like I looked at this fight as almost like this is the name that we're giving Shockey. You know what I mean? And every fighter gets to that point where it's like you get back in the ring. Here's who you got, and case in point, the fight with Teo.
Okay.
And Jermaine, like this was a name for Teo. This was not going to be supposed to be the competitive fight that it ended up becoming. You know, and I thought the same with this one. It became way more competitive than I thought it was gonna be. And primarily because Abraham Nova was prepared for the fight, presented some challenges to Shockey, and didn't come to the ring as the B-side.
Yeah.
Jermaine didn't come to the ring as the B-side last week.
Yeah, he didn't care nothing about none of that. Shout out to Shockey, man. He's on a 12-fight winning streak, Sean.
Yeah.
Hell of a resurgent that. I mean, is it the end of his career? I mean, I don't even know how you call it that. I mean, what age is he? 30 years old. Second, what would you call that? The second part of his career, kind of like Ugas, I would say. My man's on a 12-fight winning streak, a world champion. The best part of the whole fight, my man had his grandma there and a what would you call that?
Man, it wasn't a fur, but it was a.
I'm calling it a fur. Chill out, you're disrespectful. I'm calling it a fur because you're gonna say something crazy. My man have a grandma there and a fur. He
had him in the iceberg fur. That's
so
what
I'm thinking. I'm like, it says mom. Then I remember the story about the mom. So I'm like, oh, this is grandmother because I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
I was loving that, Sean. That was the best part of the whole night.
Yeah, and she just and the whole like every time they went in the back, she's just sitting there like
talking crap. Yeah, I was like, grandma in the fur. I couldn't imagine having my grandma at my fight in the fur.
Yeah.
Sean.
Got out of the car in the fur too.
Yeah, rocking the fur all night, man. Yeah. So when grandma there in the fur, you gotta win.
Yeah.
Moments like that, you know, I'm big on moments like that with your family. You just get to share moments with your family because you only get one. I'm all about memories, but hell of a performance. I mean, he ended up getting it done. Man, knocked him. Did you think that was a knockdown?
Yeah, that was.
I thought it was a knockdown. Nova say he slipped.
The replay showed that it was a knockdown. Yeah. When he first got the knockdown, I was like, wow, like this is the end of the fight.
This is
Nova's
what he
a little fatigued or a lot of fatigue, but I'm sure both gentlemen are fatigued at this point. You took the wrong step. You made the wrong move at the wrong time.
And got caught.
And the better fighter just capitalized on it. Simple as that.
I thought he buzzed him another time in that round also.
I didn't
a little later.
Yeah.
I think he got away from it. I know he buzzed him earlier in the fight, and then he survived that. I think he took a left shot and
It was good punches landed by both guys too, though.
Hell of a fight. O'Shaquie has that Floyd Mayweather, Shawn Porter conditioning.
Yeah.
Everybody's not blessed with that conditioning.
Yeah. And look, see, that's probably why I recognize it like that, because I understand it. You know what I mean?
You ever been in the mid of the fight with somebody and you said, "Oh, he done. Oh, he." Just because if you blessed with that conditioning, I know Floyd. That was Floyd's blessing. That was one of your blessings. But if you blessed with that, and you fighting and you know somebody, oh, okay. He got something I ain't got.
Yeah,
I'm about to go to another level.
Not as a pro.
You never noticed somebody just
not with the top guys. Not with the top guys.
There's one guy I think you start getting him out of there. You end up getting him out of there. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna disrespect, man. Shout out to that guy. But you end up getting him out of there. It was a big fight. You end up getting him out of there because I felt like he couldn't. He couldn't deal with. It was just a lot of Shawn Porter.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh man.
That's probably the one too.
Yeah,
that's probably the one.
That's one. It's like I can't hang with this no more.
That's probably the one. Yeah. Shout out to Andre Berto.
I'm glad I ain't say nothing crazy.
Cause I'm saying like it ain't like
okay, all right.
Shit's like recorded. It's a part of life. I mean, like it's on my box rack. You go to the fight, you'll see the results of the fight. But that was definitely one of those fights where it was rugged the whole way.
Yeah. And
then when I could see that I was taking control. There was, I think I've said this on the podcast. It was one round where I got him on the ropes, and I'm just going. I came back to the corner. My dad said, "You good?" I said, "Yeah. What's up?" He said, "Why'd you go so hard over there?" I said, "I thought I had it." He said, "Well, let's make sure you know." I said, "I'm good. Let's go. What you got for me?" You know what I mean? Like that's how I operated. But near the end of that fight was the fight where I was like, come on, man, one more. Like, stay down. And he just kept getting, he kept getting up, kept coming back. And that's just a part of his nature, you know what I mean? So that is the one fight that I had where I was like,
you seen
I could tell, like, the separation. Yeah. The one that I expected it was Danny Garcia.
Yeah, shout out to Danny Garcia. Hey, one day, me and you need to watch that fight back.
Danny? Yeah. The fight with Danny?
You know that.
All right, bet.
You know, that was one of my proudest moments of you. Hey, man.
He said one of my proudest
I'm going to tell you something you probably don't know. At every fight, did you know we got together in the crowd and I led prayer?
Nah.
Yeah, every fight.
Every fight?
Every fight, my man.
Man, shut up.
That's dead serious. One person didn't join. Actually, you know what? I think he used to join.
Who?
Carson.
I was gonna say, don't say it out loud.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no, I ain't know. I appreciate you, man.
Because I knew that was what you would want.
Yeah, you trying to keep your job, huh?
No, it's also the past.
Shoot. Danny was the one that I thought I was gonna
break him.
I thought at some point I was gonna take off on him, man. He was there the whole way.
That's world championship fight.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danny, man. I need to see him back in the ring.
Danny's supposed to be getting ready for something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What we got?
Huh?
What we got?
We're waiting on my dad to come in.
No, I'm saying what we got with Danny.
Oh, what we got with Danny?
Yeah, what he waiting on?
Oh,
no, don't say it.
The fight. Well, ain't no secret. The fight with him and what's his name went down a long time ago. The Cuban, Laura. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that fight is still.
And Laura's fighting on this upcoming card, PBC
right,
card.
He is. Yeah. So it ain't Laura and Danny no more.
Hey, Danny, forget that. Go after the winner of Tim Thurman.
You want to see Tim Thurman? Zoo Thurman. Zoo Thurman. One of the two.
What did I get Tim? I mean, it don't really matter. It don't matter. Okay?
You can't say the first name and then the last name of somebody else. That's disrespectful.
But then again, if Thurman win, I don't know if they want to see that rematch.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's tough to sell.
That's tough to sell.
That was a tough sell.
Yeah, if Danny been busy, it's
Yeah, but I'm here for a Tim Zoo Danny Garcia fight. I'm there for that. But shout out to O'Shaquie. What do you think O'Shaquie does at this point? He said he wants.
You the matchmaker.
What he said he want an Ariete day. I think he said something crazy like he'll go all the way up to fight Conor Benn.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what you said.
That is a little bit more than what I would expect at this point from a Oshaki Foster.
I'm just telling you what he said. I'm trying to find it right now, but he said he will go all the way up.
That's 126, right? Yeah, I got you. That's 126, right? Oshaki Foster calls out Conor Ben, willing to move 3 weight classes up. He food. That's how we be feeling. And when you look at me like I can't knock out a heavy, it's like that's how we be feeling.
You disrespecting Joe Joyce. Was it Joe Joyce? Let me make sure it was Joe Joyce. Was it Joe Joyce?
Yeah. No.
Shout out to Usyk.
All of them.
Shout out to Usyk. You beat Usyk.
A majority of them.
You beat Usyk.
Majority of them. Who you want to see Shock in the ring with? Like a more realistic fight for him.
Hector Garcia.
Ooh.
Hector Garcia get his feet wet at 130. He had 126. If he won at 130, then let's get it. Let's get a Lamont Roach. I'm okay with him going straight and fighting Lamont. Shout out to Lamont. I think that'll be a good fight.
That's a good fight.
Yeah.
They might have amateur history.
Okay. Yeah.
They might have amateur history.
That's right there. Yeah, I'm up for that one. I'm trying to think. That's probably 130. It's not a lot at 130 right now. 135, 140 where the money's at.
I don't know who he signed with. This fight obviously was on Top Rank, so I mean you got Navarrete there at 130.
Excuse me. Oshaki did leave PBC, right?
I can't tell you. This is Top Rank fight, so he's top rank. Got to be a Top Rank fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know where he was at.
How you like that with Navarrete? That's what I think. I just think Navarrete, a lot of power. What was this look?
I don't like that fight.
For who?
For Foster.
Man, listen.
Oh, man.
Man, listen.
I'm nervous.
How?
I'm nervous.
You can't be
Why
nervous.
you think I ain't call him?
Huh?
Hey, why you think I ain't call him out?
I think that's a good fight for both of them.
Oh, man. All right, shout out to Foster. All right, Foster's there for it. I'm there for it.
What I wonder was Shock talking about going to 147 though.
I think it was just kind of called, but I think he brought up Lamont too. He brought up some names down there at 130, and but yeah, Navarrete, that's a different beast. What about Oscar Valdez?
Oscar showed good in his last fight.
Yeah, Oscar.
A lot like Nova, didn't show that the debris of being blown out by Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? Came back to the ring, looked strong, looked good.
Oscar's at 135 right now, right?
Yeah.
130. Okay. So I always get confused with
130, 135.
Navarrete. Who else got?
I like Navarrete.
I know, but
I'm stuck over there now.
Who else is over there? There's somebody. I feel like there's somebody else he could fight.
Why?
I'm just saying he got. Well, why don't he come undisputed at 126?
Man, bump that, man. My dad is here.
Okay.
We got some things we want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long overdue?
No, not long overdue. Not far. Not long overdue at all. He gonna what?
No, it's the PorterWay Podcast.
Yeah. He gonna come in. You gonna go out.
Okay.
And we gonna finish the show with that.
Okay, I got you.
So we live right now. Y'all bear with us for just a moment. We're gonna get KP and the boss up in the studio. We're gonna get Antt out, and then we're gonna finish the show with that. Hey, listen, for the first time, welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. KP, the boss, my dad. How you feeling?
I'm good, real good.
Yeah. Happy to have you in the studio, man.
Thank you for having me. I love the green.
People don't know you've been here before, just not on the show.
I've been here once.
Once or twice?
Once
or twice.
This is
twice. I had Telver in here twice.
Oh, so I came to see him
once or twice, yeah.
I considered that once, but okay.
All right, listen, so let's get down to it.
What's up? The Browns.
Yeah, talk to me about it. You dig?
I must give it to you.
Come on now.
No, I got to give it to you.
Come on now.
You look real good. You look good.
Because you was coming in. I had to wear some cookies because you was coming in.
You look good today.
Yeah.
No,
thank you.
I mean, you put that together.
Yes, this is what I do, Dad. This is what
I do. You need to communicate with that guy about that starting up that Brown stuff, man. It'd be a good look for you.
Talk to me about what you got going on. We got some dogs in the studio.
Nah.
We got no. We ain't got no dogs. Hold on. Let's see. I'll let you do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We got babies. We got babies. We got babies. We got puppies. I'm usually training dogs, but they got 2 legs. You know me, for many years, I've trained dogs with 4 legs. As far as back as that you can remember, in the early 90s when I was breeding boxers. And I bred boxers through the 90s, and we actually had them in the family, either in my house or someone else's house, all the way up through your senior year in high school. Right. So my cousin Dana, I gave her one of my pups. She had him for many years. And then, of course, Nathan had Sassy for years, all the way through. So, I've been involved with dogs for a long time.
And that's why I asked you to come on to the show, because I love being able to show people, wow, y'all think a lot of this is new. When it came to my career, a lot of people say, I've been watching you since the beginning. The beginning for a lot of y'all was 2013, 2014. Didn't see me when I was in the amateurs. 1996 going to national tournaments. 2002 going to national tournaments, fighting against Daniel Jacobs, Boo Boo Andre, the list goes on. And then, what we're about to pull out now, you call them babies. Yeah. And it reminds me of the High Performance Center, the PorterWay High Performance Center.
Why does it remind you of that?
Because you wouldn't allow anybody to come to the Performance Center and call it a gym.
Yeah, Jim's a white guy to come to Vegas looking for escorts.
And so I wish we didn't. You still got that memorized, huh?
It's ingrained.
But the same thing with this.
Yes.
But this is, again, it's like a reflection of who you are and the integrity that you bring.
Right.
So high performance, this ain't no gym. No. High performance pups, these ain't dogs.
No.
These are babies.
These are babies.
Let's pull it out and let's show everybody what you got.
These are babies right now. So,
and also the other side of that whole thing is, like you said before, you were breeding dogs when I was a baby.
Yeah, I was breeding.
So this is nothing new. While it's new to y'all,
boxers. I was breeding boxers, just not the ones with the gloves.
Yeah,
the 4-legged boxers. I was breeding them through the 90s.
Yeah.
All the way through the 90s. Yeah. And we kept them going all the way through the 2000s. Yeah. And like I said, the last one in the family was Sassy. And you were still in high school when we had her. So
let's pull it out. Let's pull it out.
So what we got going on here is just due to everything else that I normally do, continuing to diversify, grow, and just falling back on things that I already love that make me happy, keep me happy, keep me motivated, keep me busy, like I'm going to a job every day. These guys right here, I connected with some people. Oh, of course, I had a loss last summer, and I had her for 13 years. Yeah. So, not to dismiss anything else that happened after you got out of high school, but then, I continue to pick up puppies, and I had one, Sugar. I had her for 13 years, and she left me last summer. And so in my mindset of some point in time, I said, well, you can't replace a person, but you can replace a puppy. You can get another puppy. Sugar is irreplaceable. So I started off trying to replace her, and the way it went, she's irreplaceable. So it just didn't stop with me getting one. This is Gabbana, and this is Dolce. Dolce and Gabbana.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Dolce
and Gabbana, they are Yorkshire Terriers, Yorkies. She's extremely smart, intelligent, athletic. She's much bigger than him. I didn't want her to be small like him because I wanted her to be able to move with me. So when I go to the car, she goes to the car. When I say get in the bag, she jumps in the bag.
This one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I put on my cologne, she jumps in the bag. When I go to my car, she jumps in the car.
Yeah.
And she's flying on planes with me. And these are very intelligent, lovable puppies. They're babies, and they need a lot of love. And so I have embarked on importing different breeds from other countries. These two right here. This guy, he is from South Korea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't get her from South Korea. She came from California.
Okay. I thought this one came from overseas
nope.
too.
I lucked out there. She came from California.
Yeah, but this one really working out so far in terms of, like you said, not being able
to
to
everything
replace.
I want. Yeah, she does everything I want her to do.
Yeah.
Like she literally, I can put a pad down right there and say, go use the bathroom, and she's gonna go do it.
Yeah.
And she's only 4 months old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's right around the same age, like 4 months as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not getting any bigger than this. This is gonna be it for him. He weighs 2 pounds. He weighs 2 pounds, and this is gonna be it for this guy.
Yeah.
So, these are my Yorkshire Terriers. This is Dolce, and this is Gabbana, and these guys are very lovable. They need a lot of attention. They need a lot of love. Anybody who has suffered from depression, anybody who has suffered from losses, anyone who deals with anxiety, anyone who deals with separation anxiety, like from family or from friends or from a loved one or from a girlfriend to a boyfriend, you know, when your man's got to get on the road and go work and do different things, and like you do a lot of time, you leave your family.
We're not getting one.
You're not getting one.
No.
Okay, but these guys are the type of puppies that you want because you can get them registered as emotional support animals. They can fly with you anywhere you go. They will move and groove with you in everything you do. So she will literally wake me up in the morning with licks.
Yeah.
I'll go to the bathroom to use the bathroom. She's coming in there. She's going to sit there with me till I'm done. I go brush my teeth. She's right there with me. Back in the bed, she's going to jump back in the bed. Whatever I do, she's going to do. They work off of your emotions.
I was just about to say, like, I'm no secret here. Like I know you've been working with these dogs and now bringing these dogs to the States and selling them and getting them to families and things of that nature. You've been doing that for at least a half a year, if not longer than that now. But I'm learning a little bit more while we do this right now, which I consider to be very cool. One thing you said when I retired, you said I'm still gonna work with fighters. He said, but the one thing I'm gonna work with is myself. You said I'm out for happiness. Yeah. And I do believe you did it last year. You said something like I'm traveling once a week.
I travel once a month. I left home and traveled on a plane or even out of the country.
Yeah.
Once a month, every month.
Once a month, every month, and but the main objective that you had was, I've done everything for my son and for myself so that we can both be successful.
Right.
Now I'm gonna look out for myself and make myself happy and do some things for myself. And so it's like, now that you found happiness through sugar, and now you've began to find happiness through the other pets that you've acquired, it's almost like you're willing to extend that to other people. This ain't about just let me sell dogs and make money. This is let me make families happy.
No, this is literally a labor of love.
Yeah.
This is something that I get up and I do, and it makes me happy. And I take care of them, and they in turn show me how much they're happy with me.
Yeah.
And they always trying to make me happy. So literally these guys will sit here for hours with me and they won't make a sound because they're conditioned to my emotions.
Yeah.
If I get in a car and I drive to California, she's going to be on my lap the whole entire way. She's not going to make a sound. I'm going to let her out to use the bathroom, get back in the car. She's not going to make a sound. She's just that way, right? One of the things that I've learned and I appreciate about them is the fact that they try to please you. That's it. They're very intelligent and they try to do anything they can to please you. So when I say get in this bag, she knows it's time to go. We're going to do something happy. She wants to jump in that bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So today I said, Gabbana, in the bag. Yeah. She jumped in the bag. 2 more puppies jumped in the bag right behind her.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't teach them that, but they just picked it up.
I'm definitely want that exhibited before we get out of here. But a couple more things and then we'll wrap up. What are the other breeds that you have coming?
Oh, let me show them
or that you already have here.
Yeah, let me show them to you. So the specialty, this is a love right here with the Yorkies. I love them because And I never had a small dog ever in my life. I've always had big, strong, aggressive boxers, shepherds, corsos. Never had anything small. But I learned that big things come in little packages. And that's the way these guys, they operate. And she's going to get in there and just be in there because she knows I want her in there, right? There's not going to be a big fight about it. Now, some of these other guys I got, who I got coming in here, mini micro poodles, and they come from South Korea as well. I've got a really good connection over in South Korea. I talked to my guys over there at 3 o'clock in the morning over here, which will be about 5 o'clock in the afternoon the next day over there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab these guys from.
Okay, so let's talk about the color. What color is that?
This is considered red. Okay. This color is considered red. These are mini micro poodles.
Yeah.
This is Louis and Vuitton.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Louis.
Who doing the hair? Who's the hairstylist?
Okay, so that's a whole nother thing, but we're not going to get into that exactly today.
Okay.
We can touch on it just a little bit. So I am also starting up a company that is grooming. So mobile grooming. You got to diversify everything you do.
Yeah, man.
So diversification, when people ask me, you know, how do you become successful in anything you do in life? You know, focus, yes, need that. Laser focus, got to have that. Do something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Something that you love. So it won't feel like work. So I love this, right? But then the next thing is diversifying. So I'll give you a quick example. I boxed. I became a trainer. I opened a gym. I became a trainer who had a gym. I started promoting my own shows. I became a trainer who had a gym who was promoting his own shows. And I was managing professional boxers as well. That went from Akron, Ohio, on to Las Vegas, on to other countries, you know. So some of the fighters that I've worked with in the other countries and things that I've done in England and things that I've done in Dominican Republic. So these are mini micro poodles. Again, the same things going on here. They're conditioned to my emotions. I've not spent any time saying, hey, don't move when I hold you. Don't bark. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. This is what they're going to do.
Yeah. I do want to cap this.
We're going to cap
soon.
this.
But I want you, so, because eventually we'll get into how people can get them from you and things like that. But you said something, I want to touch on that. You said that they're trained to your emotions. Yeah. So I want you to let people, give people a small hint as to how they can get these pups and understand that this is now a laboring, this is a baby. Yeah. And this baby is going to follow you, do what you do, speak how you speak.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. These two are babies, and these two are attracted or conditioned to how I move. Yeah. And the things I do. Yeah. If my voice is happy, they're happy. If I'm sitting and I'm focused on something, whether it's television, whether it's a computer, they're going to sit and do the exact same thing. When I go outside and say, let's go running and play, they're going to run and play. They're going to take on your personality. I fully expect if they stick around me too long, they're going to want to bite people. Yeah. It's just the way it is. But they make sure that I'm good. Yeah. And that's what they're going to do for anyone that is looking for a puppy or a pet or baby, a puppy that is going to fit into your life, into your home, into your family, into your structure, whatever that is. If you're a single person, they're going to come and go with you however you want to go. They need a lot of love. Yeah. They need that. Yeah. Right. So, so these are the mini micros and
micro poodles. Mini micro poodles.
Yeah. He's a little bit bigger than I expected him to be. This thing they're doing right now, I had nothing to do with that. They both decided to stand up at the same time. But they want to be close to me. That's what they want. They want to feel my energy. That's what they want. Yeah, I got you, baby. I understand. So I'm going to grab these last two so you can see how
grab the last two and then we'll clock out after that.
Christian and Dior. Yeah.
Okay.
we stand in that luxury line.
Yeah.
Christian and Dior.
Yeah.
He is a mini palm from South Korea.
Okay.
His color is called Merle.
That's beautiful too.
Right.
Yeah.
He has a blue eye and one brown eye.
Okay, I see you.
Right. And for some strange odd reason, he also thinks he's the Lion King. He likes to stand up on his feet like that all the time. He just likes to stand up, right?
Good looking dog right there. Good
looking. Right. And then this little lady right here, who's only 4 months, 3.5, 4 months herself.
Yeah.
She weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah.
He weighs 3.5.
Yeah.
And again, we got the exact same thing going on. Very intelligent breed. Very loving and caring, need a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But when you're giving it to them and they start to learn how you move, like at home, I play jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
It calms them down. They won't bark. They won't cry. They won't whine. Turn the music off. They know something's going on. It's time to get out, play, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Like right now, they're just going to relax and be here with me.
Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you so that they can,
you can hit us
get this themselves or get this to a loved one,
You can hit us at Porter High Performance. That's HY Performance.
Yeah.
You can DM me there. If you got to go through Shawn's, please go through his, and
more than welcome.
He'll send it over to me as well.
Sure.
If you want to talk prices, if I don't have something you see that you want, I can get it.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I get white ones, I get black ones, I get gray ones.
Yeah.
Blue ones. They're not exactly blue, but the color is called blue.
Of course, like a gray,
right? The color's called blue. Yeah. And these palms, they come in from South Korea as well. The mini micro poodles are from South Korea. If I don't have it, I can get it. The price ranges, they're not cheap, but it depends on you and what you want to pay for what you love.
Yeah.
And if this is what you're looking for, if I got it, if I don't got it, I can get it. And the difference between maybe going online, dealing with some people that you don't know, is you taking a chance on scams, you're taking a chance on losing money, you're taking a chance on the quality of the puppy not being good. These guys are being taken care of by me every day.
I was gonna co-sign everything you just did and said. This entire thing by saying my dad is very selective. My dad does everything at the highest level that it can be done. The name of this show is the PorterWay. That's something that came from
PorterWay Puppies right now.
Yes, PorterWay Puppies right now.
Yeah.
But that came from promoter. I'm losing his name, but anyway, he said, the Porters, you guys have a different way of doing things. Yeah. And because we have a different way of doing it, a high level of doing it, it became the PorterWay. So I'm an extension of you. So I have the PorterWay podcast, but everything we do is the PorterWay. I got the boys at home. We do things the PorterWay,
I just feel like this one matches your...
But it's not for me.
But I'm saying, it's not for you, but it matches the outfit you wearing today. So
all right,
I got you. Give her a hug and let her know that,
But I did want to say this. To your point, why would you come here instead of going anywhere else? Well, when this gentleman right here does everything at a high level and he's very selective with who he does things with, you know that whatever you're getting from him is going to be high breed, is going to be high performance, is going to be the PorterWay.
Yeah.
One more, I do have to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because this is what people know us for.
Right.
You're right now you're breeding pups, babies as you call them.
Yeah. I'm importing more than I'm actually breeding.
Sure.
Right. So I'm bringing them in, selecting what you would want if it's something that you want that I don't have, and I'll bring it in.
But we got to address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is this is a boxing show.
Yeah.
KP, SP, everybody knows us for boxing. You came in here with dogs. Nobody expected any of this. While they love it, and I'm sure we're going to get people that want to be involved and things of that nature. Are you done with boxing?
No, I've had some success with some fighters who didn't understand that success has to be paid for every day. You just can't rent it. Mm-hmm. You got to pay for it every day. Mm-hmm. So I got one kid is 18-0, 17 knockouts who just, has not really gotten himself to that understanding that you got to pay for this every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's another kid that I have is 12-0 with 10 knockouts.
Yeah.
Same thing going on with him. He thinks that, you know, a lot of these guys think that, you know, once you make it to...
Supposed to be given.
Yeah, once you make it to YouTube, Instagram, look at me, that they made it, and you haven't made it. So success is something you got to pay for every day.
And you are willing to work with that cat that's willing to pay for that.
If he's willing, everybody want to go to heaven. Don't nobody want to die.
Yeah,
So if he's willing to...
Everybody willing to be a world champion, but everybody ain't willing to do the hard work.
Yeah, if he's willing to
We're not talking about
everything,
actual money. We're talking about paying, doing, and working hard, being consistent, the things that's needed for you to become that world champion. You know?
Yeah. It takes a commitment and a focus that most people don't have.
Yeah.
And if somebody's willing to do that, you know, this, you know, it's not for everybody. Most people think they could just turn on the TV and watch, or YouTube and watch Kenny and Shawn Porter and like, oh, I could do that. I could do that with my son. I could do that. I could box like Shawn. I can, you know, and it's just not as easy as it looks. It's really not. Right. So, the right fighter, the right people, you know, I will give only what somebody's willing to give to me because, you know, I don't get the time back. So it's precious to me.
I got to have you back on because I just saw some boxing questions. So I got to have you back on. Last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to get out of here. I'll let you say whatever needs to be said again. Porter High HY Performance on Instagram. Are you also on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter, but I'm on Instagram. I probably got a Twitter that I don't know about or something like that.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, you looking for me, you can find me through this kid right here.
Absolutely.
And he'll forward it over to me. Also, there's a number that you can reach me at 330-651-8414, 330-651-8414.
There you go.
teamporter413@gmail.com is the email, teamporter413@gmail.com.
Yeah. This moment right here was, and it still is, reserved for a moment to break the internet. You being on the podcast, this was light. This was something that I wanted to do for you because I know you're doing this, and I wanted to help with the cause that you're going for here. So I wanted to do that, but we will have KP the Boss in on a real episode, talking some boxing and talking some other things. That day, that moment is to be determined. But when we do it, it's gonna be when we break the internet. So that moment is not right now, and it ain't in the near future, I don't think. But appreciate you guys for joining in
2024, you can get some more.
He said we can get some more in 2024. Well, hey, we'll see. All that being said, this is the PorterWay.